Well, fortunately, John Locke's thinking made it into the Declaration of Independence. There's Thomas Jefferson. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that governments are instituted among men to secure these rights, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. In other words, the rights come first, and then the government comes later to protect those rights. Here's another example of the founders' thinking. John Adams, our second president. The moment the idea is admitted into society that property is not as sacred as the laws of God, anarchy and tyranny commence. If thou shalt not covet and thou shalt not steal were not commandments of heaven, they must be made inviolable precepts in every society before it can be civilized or made free. You have rights antecedent to all earthly governments, rights that cannot be repealed or restrained by human laws, rights derived from the great legislator of the universe. So let's get into the specifics of Obamacare. It's a Marxist trifecta. It threatens life, is hostile to liberty, and attacks private property. There's Obamacare, fast, convenient, and affordable. Obamacare endangers life in many ways. For seniors, Obamacare is partially funded by $500 billion in cuts to the Medicare program, patients over 65. Also, there is the Independent Payment Advisory Board. Here it is on the chart. The IPAB, involved in rationing of health care. The panel members are selected without any say from voters or patients, and this is the death panel that Sarah Palin warned about. Or another way of looking at it is veterinary care. In other words, you are no longer a citizen, you're now the property of the federal government, and you'll get the health care that your owner believes is necessary for you. The problem of the seen and unseen. Dr. Walter Williams, economics professor and commentator. Dr. Williams says, in all interventionist policy, there are those who are beneficiaries and those who are victims. In most cases, the beneficiaries are highly visible and the victims are invisible. So back to the IPAB and rationing. Here's an example. There's a condition called trisomy 18 with many visible problems: low birth weight, hand deformity, rocker bottom feet, head deformity, heart and kidney malformation, mental retardation. If you look in a textbook, there's not much on this condition, but you see that 95% of cases are lethal in the first year. So if you're one of these people on the Independent Payment Advisory Board, are you going to pay for the treatment of this condition? Of course not. It'd be a waste of money. However, suppose you look at this person here. Here's somebody with trisomy 18, and he made it past 1 year, and there he is. He has invisible assets that aren't visible to the Independent Payment Advisory Board. He is never cranky or angry, never impatient. He's got an infectious smile. He's never greedy or self-centered, and he's a delight to all who know him. 10 years ago, under the old pre-Obamacare system, this child would get treatment. In fact, in this particular case, the wicked, evil, I'm being sarcastic, insurance company honored their contract and paid to have his heart fixed, and now he's doing pretty well. 10 years from now, under Obamacare and the Independent Payment Advisory Board, this child would be as dead as a mackerel. There he is with his siblings. Look at them. They love him. In fact, they love him so much they're trying to eat him up.